Hello students, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
We are here to discuss biology K-CET answers. So myself Sachin Salunke.
I am Sushmita Kulkarni.
We are from Gurudev Science College, Dharwad. So first what we will do, I will discuss 1 to 30 questions. Later on madam will join us to discuss remaining questions. Thank you. So students, so we all know biology KCT, most of the questions were direct questions. They are picked from NCERT line. So we will not waste much time. Directly we will go to the first question, that is a strict protection of biodiversity hotspot could reduce the ongoing mass extinction by almost. So the students, correct answer is that 30%. So by 30% we can reduce the ongoing mass extinction in our biodiversity. So moving on to the next question, there they have given 4 options of extinct organisms and their respective countries. So here they are, identify the incorrect match with respect to recent extinct animals and their places of extinction according to IUCN Red Data List. So students, it's a direct question. We all know that it is a stellar sea cow is from Russia. Stellar sea cow is from Russia. It is not from North America. So the incorrect statement over here is the D one. So the correct option over here is D. Next, moving on to the next question. According to the hypothesis proposed by environmental biologists, a relative constant environment in tropics promotes. So if the environment is very stable, then what the organism would do? It will go to a niche specialization and it will end up with having greater species diversity. So moving on to the next question, that is from the topic environmental and issues. So unfortunately it is the deleted concept they have given over here. So in the prevention of air pollution, the role of scrubber is to remove particulate SO2. So the correct option over here is 1. Next question, that's a match the following. So here they have given least 1 and least 2. We have to match them. So in the least 1, they have given some compounds over here, nitrogen rich fertilizers, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide. We all know students, nitrogen rich fertilizer, that is eutrophication. Carbon dioxide, we all know that is a greenhouse gas. It's a greenhouse, it is responsible for greenhouse effect. Carbon monoxide over here is air pollutant. Next, CFC, we all know it is responsible for ozone depletion. So the correct option over here is, the correct option in the match the following is second one, right? So nitrogen rich fertilizer, that is eutrophication. Carbon dioxide, it is responsible for the greenhouse effect. Carbon monoxide, it's an air pollutant. And CFC, it is responsible for ozone layer depletion. So moving on to the next question. Then the water potential of pure water is, it is from the topic transportation in plants. Transportation in plants. It is from the topic transportation in plants. We all know students, water potential of a pure water is, the water potential of a pure water is 0. So here what we will do, we all know the sign of water potential, that is psi. The water potential of pure water is 0. So when the water potential will become negative, we add solute to it. So more solute, more negative is the water potential. Next one. Next is also a match the following. It is from the topic photosynthesis. The least one, they have given the pigment name, and the least 2, they have given their respective colors. So here they have given their respective colors. So here what happens? Chlorophyll B isn't, here we can see the chlorophyll B, it's an yellow green, and carotenoids we can see they are yellow orange. Chlorophyll A, they are blue green in color, and xanthophyll they are yellow in color. So here we can see TPSR, the correct option. So the correct option over here is B1. So B1 is the correct option. So chlorophyll B, that what is the color of the chlorophyll B? We can see the chlorophyll B yellow greenish in color, carotenoids yellow orange color, chlorophyll A blue greenish in color, xanthophylls they are yellow in color. So the correct option for this question is option B. So we all know how we will separate the pigments in the plants by the technique known as chromatography. Moving on to the next question, which is the intermediate compound that links the end product of glycolysis with TCA cycle? That is, students, acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A is the compound that will link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle. So the next one, here they are given plant hormones and their function. Auxin, we all know it is responsible for apical dominance. Gibberellins, they are responsible for bolting. What do you mean by bolting? Bolting is nothing but internodal elongation. So what is bolting, students? It is an internodal elongation. So the correct option for 16th question is B, B1. So the 17th question, the term uremia. The term uremia refers to. The term uremia is nothing but accumulation of urea in the blood. So if urea accumulates in the blood, then that is regarded as uremia. So 17th question, the correct option is A, students. So moving on to the next question, 18th one, the typical lub-dub sound heard during heartbeat are produced due to. We all know it is produced due to closure of bicuspid and tricuspid valves. After that, closure of semilunar valves. So because of the closure of bicuspid and tricuspid valves, after that closure of semilunar valves, because of that we will hear the heart sound, that is lub and dub, student. So next one, moving on to the next question, the functional unit of contraction. So we all know the functional unit of contraction, it is from the topic locomotion and movement. The functional unit of contraction, we'll call it by the name sacromeres. So what is the functional unit of contraction? That is a portion of myofibril between two successive Z lines. That is option A. So 19th question is option A. So portion of myofibrils between two successive Z lines. Next one is match the following. Match the following. Here they are given the region of brain, and least two they are given the functions of their respective parts. So here we all know medulla oblongata is responsible for respiration, right? Respiration or medulla oblongata. Then we all know hypothalamus regulates body temperature. Cerebral cortex, we all know that will control motor functions in our body. Then limbic system, it is responsible for the olfaction. So the correct option over here is D1, RPSQ, the regions of the brain and the respective functions. The next one, 20th question, Hydra reproduces asexually by producing. Students, it's a very direct question, easily we can guess, right? So Hydra reproduces asexually by producing gemmules, that is option D. Next, 22nd question, it is also a direct question. Easily we can guess, students. So when male and female gametes are morphologically distinct, we all know when male and female gametes are morphologically distinct, then they are called as heterogametes. So what we'll call them as? We'll call them as heterogametes. So moving on to the next question, students. Next, 23rd question. We all know the role of filiform apparatus in synergids. So the role of filiform apparatus in synergids, we all know it will guide the entry of pollen tube into the embryo sac. So into the embryo sac, who will guide the entry of the pollen tube? That are filiform apparatus. So next question is also from sexual reproduction of flowering plants, second year topic. So transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of another flower of the same plant, students. Both the flowers are present on same plant, right? If both the flowers are present on the same plant, then that kind of pollination we will call it as geitonogamy. So geitonogamy is nothing but transfer of pollen grains from anther to the stigma of another flower, but both the flowers are present on same plant. Moving on to the next question, student, that is also match the following over here. Match the following. So correct options over here is A. We all know polyembryony. What do you mean by polyembryony? More than one embryo is present. That condition we call it as polyembryony. Polyembryony, we will see that polyembryony in lemon, right? In lemons, citrus, isn't it? So students, we all remember citrus. In citrus, there is polyembryony. Then perisperm. What do you mean by perisperm? Persistent nucellus, students. The nucellus that provided nourishment for the developing embryo sac, that will remain in the seed. So persistent nucellus is a perisperm, and example for that is black pepper. Black pepper, P. False fruit, students, we all know what we mean by false fruit. False fruit is a fruit that the fruit will develop from the part other than ovary, right? Other than ovary. So what is the example for false fruit over here is apple. Apple is an example for a false fruit. The next one, parthenocarpy. We all know, students, what do you mean by parthenocarpy? Parthenocarpy is nothing but development of a fruit without fertilization. So parthenocarpy, example for parthenocarpy over here is banana. So banana is an example for parthenocarpy. So the correct option over here is A. For 25th question, the correct option is A. RPSQ. Next, students, next question, it is from the topic human reproduction. Very direct question, easily we can guess. If you know the hormones secreted by placenta, we all know the 4 hormones secreted by the placenta: human chorionic gonadotrophin, human placental lactogen, progesterone and estrogen. We all know placenta will not secrete the hormone LH. What is the full form of LH? Luteinizing hormone. Who will secrete luteinizing hormone then? Luteinizing hormone is secreted by pituitary gland, anterior pituitary gland, students. Moving on to the next question, it is also direct question, 27th, very direct question. In human female, the endometrium of uterus consists of, it is a glandular layer, students. We all have studied in the menstrual cycle that endometrium is a glandular layer, right? Glandular layer. Next one, 28th question, we all know, right? If they have given 2 primary spermatocytes, 2 primary oocytes, right? So if there is one primary spermatocyte one primary spermatocyte is there, then it will produce two secondary spermatocyte. Two secondary spermatocyte, again it will undergo by second meiotic division and it will produce how many spermatids? 4 spermatids, right? Isn't it? One primary spermatocyte, it will produce 4 spermatids. But here what they have given? 2 primary spermatocytes. So 2 primary spermatocytes, then it will produce 8 primary spermatids. 8 spermatids it will produce. But the option here they are not given that one. So here we can see that. So primary spermatocyte, 2 primary spermatocyte and 2 primary oocyte. If it undergo meiosis simultaneously, what will be the ratio of spermatozoa to ova produced at the end of gametogenesis? So here we can say it is 4:1. 4:1. The next one, students, 29. The government of India legalized MTP with some strict regulation in the year 1971. So direct question, 1971. 30th question, we all know the process in which a small part of vas deferens is removed or tied up through a small incision is called as, it's very direct question students, it is regarded as vasectomy, right? It is regarded as vasectomy. Students, so far we have dealt with most of the direct questions from the NCERT. Now I request my colleague Ms. Sushmita Kulkarni ma'am to carry on the next question session. Thank you.
So moving on to the next question, that is question number 31. Test cross in pea plant is, we know that the test cross is between heterozygous tall and the recessive parent, that is dominant T and recessive T and recessive T alleles. So here the answer is a cross between F2 tall plant and recessive parent, that is option A is the correct answer. Next, moving on to question number 32. The genotype ratio of incomplete dominance is, we know that for incomplete dominance the genotypic as well as the phenotypic ratio is always 1:2:1. So the answer here is 1:2:1, that is B is the correct option. Question number 33. Find the incorrect statement among the following. In sex-linked recessive triads, the gene is transmitted from unaffected carrier female to some of the male progeny. We know that this statement, that is statement A, is correct. Next, statement B, accumulation of phenylpyruvic acid in brain results in mental retardation. Yes, this is also true. Individuals affected by Down syndrome will have congenital heart defect and are, no, they are not more intelligent. This is the incorrect statement. Statement D, that is Turner syndrome is caused due to the absence of X chromosome. We know that it is 44 plus X and O. So the correct answer here is C, that is the incorrect statement is C. Question number 34. In a dihybrid cross between a true breeding round yellow seeded and true breeding wrinkled green seeded pea plant, the ratio of segregation of round and wrinkled seed triads in F2 is, it is always 3:1. The ratio will always be 3:1, that is between RRYY F1 parent. The ratio is 3:1 and option B is the correct answer. Moving on to the next question. The question is from molecular basis of inheritance, that is Griffith's transforming principle. Following represents PQR denotes few steps of Griffith's experiment. Identify the correct one. We know that there were two strains. R was the non-virulent one and S was the virulent form of bacteria, that is the sentence P says R strain inject into mice, mice die. No, R is a non-virulent strain. So this is the wrong statement. S strain, heat killed, inject into mice, mice die. No, once we heat kill the S strain, that also becomes a non-virulent form. So even Q is also a wrong statement. R strain, inject into mice, mice live. Yes, because R was a non-virulent strain. So the correct answer here is B. That is only R is the correct statement. 36. In tRNA, the region that binds with mRNA is. This is a direct question. It binds with amino acid acceptor end of the tRNA. Next, the mRNA has untranslated regions which are also called as the UTRs. They bind at both 3' and 5' and beyond the terminator codon before AUG respectively. C is the correct answer here. Next question, question number 38. They have given a nucleotide sequence, that is a structural gene. The template DNA strand has nucleotide sequences, that is they have given from 3' to 5'. Find the correct and complementary nucleotide sequence on coding strand. So we have to write the nucleotide coding strand from 5' to 3'. So here two answers, two options will be directly eliminated, that is B and D are eliminated. We have A and C. We know that adenine always binds with thymine, so bonds with thymine, and guanine always forms bonds with cytosine. So A, so it should be T here, that is thymine. So the correct answer here is C, option C, that is from 5' to 3' end. Next, question number 36. Read the following statement. Statement 1. All vertebrates develop a row of vestigial gill slits during embryonic stage. Yes, this is a correct statement. Embryos always pass through the adult stages of other animals. No, this is a wrong statement, that is statement 2 is wrong. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. So the option correct here is A. Next, question number 40. This is from chapter Evolution. This is also a direct question. Stanley Miller simulated the conditions of prebiotic earth using spark discharge apparatus. Which organic compounds were observed by him on analyzing the end product of his experiment? We know the end products in this experiment was amino acids. It's a quite direct question from NCERT. Next, most ape-like ancestral primate. So it was Dryopithecus. Ramapithecus was more human-like. Next, the principle of vaccination is based on which property of immune system? Memory, specificity, diversity and plasticity. So it is direct, that is it was based on the principle of the memory. Next, question number 43. Genome of HIV replicates in the macrophages with the help of an enzyme. The enzyme is obviously the reverse transcriptase. This was the question from chapter Human Health and Disease related to the topic AIDS. Next, read the following statements. Morphine is obtained by acetylation of heroin. No, we know that heroin is obtained from acetylation of morphine. So 1 is the wrong statement. Statement 2 is cannabinoids are known for their effect on cardiovascular system. Yes, so this is a correct statement. So statement 1 is wrong and statement 2 is right. So the correct answer here is C. Statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is correct. Next, moving on to the next question 45. This is from the reduced syllabus, that is strategies for enhancement in food production. Mule is the result of, we know that mule is the result of interspecific hybridization between horse and a donkey. Question number 46. Identify the bacterial disease among the following. Brown rust of wheat is caused by a fungus. Tobacco mosaic virus causes tobacco mosaic disease, that is a virus disease, virus caused by a virus. Light blend of potato is also caused by fungus. We have black rot of crucifers, which is a bacterial disease. So option C is the correct answer here. Next, we have matched the following type of question. We have list 1 and list 2. Let's match it. Vitamin E is rich in carrots, that is R. Single cell protein is spirulina, that is yes. Vitamin C is rich in bitter gourd, that is P. Protein, beans are rich in protein. So here it is R, S, P and Q. So the correct answer here is B. B is the correct answer. Next, question number 48. The chemical substance which are produced by some microbes which can kill or retard the growth of other microbes are known as, they are known as the antibiotic. Anti means against, bio means against the life of the disease causing microorganisms. D is the correct answer here. Select the correct statement from the following. Methanobacterium is an aerobic bacteria found in rumen of cattle. No, we know that methanobacterium is a anaerobic bacteria. Biogas is produced by the activity of aerobic bacteria. No, biogas is produced by the activity of methanogens, which are anaerobic bacteria. Biogas is pure methane. No, biogas contains hydrogen sulfide, methane and carbon dioxide. So it is not pure methane, which is also a wrong statement. Activated sludge in sediment tanks is a rich source of aerobic bacteria. Yes, the activated sludge consists of, it is rich in aerobic bacteria. So here the correct statement is D, that is activated sludge in sediment tanks is a rich source of aerobic bacteria. Moving on to the next question, question number 50. Which of these enzyme is required to cleave a plasmid? So it is a direct question again from biotechnology chapter. So the answer here is they are endonuclease, that is option B is the correct option. DNA polymerase of Thermus aquaticus is again from biotechnology. So Thermus aquaticus is a thermostable bacteria. So option D is correct. Next, if a recombinant DNA bearing gene for resistance to ampicillin is transferred into E. coli cells, host cells become transformed into ampicillin resistant cells. What happens when these E. coli are grown on medium containing ampicillin? So here we know that the non-transformants which don't have the resistance genes, they will die, and the transformants which have the resistance genes, they will survive and they will grow. So the correct answer here is B, that is non-transformants will die and transformants will grow. Next question is, which of the following is based upon the principle of antigen-antibody interaction? And this is a direct question, that is ELISA, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. It is based on the principle of antigen-antibody interaction. Next question, which among the following is used to treat emphysema? That is human protein alpha antitrypsin. It is used to treat the disease emphysema. Next, homeostasis is a condition where the organism maintains a constant internal environment in an ever changing external environment. That is option A is a correct answer, and this is from the chapter organism and population. Next question, which of the following is not a parasitic adaptation? We know that parasites, they have lost their unnecessary sense organs. Yes. Absence of adhesive organs or suckers? No, they have adhesive organs and suckers. Loss of digestive system? Yes, because they feed on absorbed food material and high reproductive capacity. This is also correct. So here the incorrect statement is B, that is absence of adhesive organs or the suckers. Next question, that is question number 57. Match the following type of question again. We have two lists, list 1 and list 2. That is biochemical adaptation is shown by deep sea fishes, that is Q. Behavioral adaptation is shown by the desert lizards. We know that it basks in sun whenever required. Physiological adaptation is shown by kangaroo rat, that is S. Morphological adaptation is shown by opuntia. So here it is Q, P, S and R. So the correct answer is C. Next, the annual net primary productivity of the whole biosphere, we know that it is 170 billion tons, whereas oceans contribute for 55 billion tons. So the answer is A. The natural reservoir of phosphorus is, this is also from the reduced syllabus, that is the natural reservoir of phosphorus is rocks. A is the correct statement. Last question we have, the sequence of communities of primary succession in water is, we have phytoplanktons followed by rooted hydrophytes, free floating hydrophytes, reed swamps, marsh meadows, scrub trees, which is later on is followed by forest. So D here is the correct option. So this was also from the reduced syllabus, that is succession, and I think some of the questions were skipped, so we'll check with that. Yeah, that is question number 6. Which of the following exhibits haplodiplontic life cycle? So all the given options, they are algae. Fucus is an algae which is diplontic. Chlamydomonas and Gelidium, they are haplontic, and Ectocarpus, it is an algae which has haplodiplontic life cycle. So the correct option here is D, that is Ectocarpus. Next question, question number 7. Identify the phylum which shows the following characteristics. Animals are exclusively marine, radially symmetrical and diploblastic. Body bears 8 external rows of ciliated comb plates which help in locomotion. Yeah, so this is the characteristic features of Ctenophora. Option 3 is digestion is both extracellular and intracellular, yes, and reproduction is only by sexual mode. So the correct answer here is Ctenophora, phylum Ctenophora. Question number 8. When a flower has both stamens, it has both stamens and carpels. So this is described as a bisexual flower, that is option C is the correct answer here. Ciliated epithelial cells are present in, they are present in bronchioles, we know that, because they prevent the movement of unwanted foreign particles into the lungs. Which of the following statement is correct with reference to vacuoles? Vacuoles, we know they are a single membrane bound and the membrane is called as tonoplast here. It contains water and the excretory substances. So the answer here is, it is a membrane bound and contains water and excretory substances, that is option B is the correct answer. Next, exoskeleton of arthropods is made up of unique complex polysaccharide known as, so it is a direct question, it is known as chitin. So option B is the correct answer. Next, the enzyme recombinase is required at which stage of meiosis 1? Recombinase is required for crossing over for the exchange of genetic material, that is required in Pachitin stage of prophase 1 of meiosis 1. That's it. I think we have completed all the 60 questions and I wish you all the best for your further exams. Thank you.